I did read an article in the newspaper that the green gas is causing 30% of the cars in the Philippines to not work properly. Now, I don't know. I don't know why. I read the article at 3 o'clock in the morning a few weeks ago. So if someone can tell me why or what difference the gas is, I would appreciate it. But all I know is that my Echo blower that ran for 15 years perfectly, and my Stihl street saw will idle, but they will not go full power. Now, I don't know why. So what we're up to at this point is we're going to mix the paint. All of these pieces have been pressure washed and degreased. I also have a hole in this pipe fitting, which I'm going to weld. But first I'm going to get a coat of paint on here and all these other things. In another video you saw Daisy wire brushing what little grease was left on here. This is all going to get painted with a coat of oil-based paint. What, honey?
Sandpaper.
Yeah. Sandpaper this and sandpaper all around here. Okay. All around there. Okay. So we're getting ready to paint. And even though it's not the best day in the world to paint, it's probably about 50% humidity outside. I'm going to thin everything down with a turpentine, and I'm going to use this Color Quick paint. Thin down 50%, and this could be a cost of living because I paid 2,294 pesos, and this is the equivalent of 4 gallons. They don't sell 5-gallon paints here anymore. So that's 4 gallons or 16 liters. And I'm going to mix that paint with turpentine that I paid 285 pesos for 1 gallon of turpentine. I'm going to mix this paint 50-50 for the first coat. But before the first coat dries, I'm going to put a second coat on all the pieces. So it's going to be what they call one and a half coats, or a coat and a half. Now, even though we have a little bit of moisture in the air, the turpentine is going to compensate for that, and the paint will stick. Unless it starts to rain, and then, well, then it's tomorrow's job. So, there you have an update on when you buy tools in the Philippines. Be prepared. Now, this is about the 6th or 7th power tool, be it gasoline or electric, that has my Makita drill, the variable speed trigger, in less than 1.5 years, used socially, not commercially. The trigger no longer is variable speed, as opposed to this Milwaukee Magnum hole shooter, which is 36 years old. I bought it in 1981. This is 36 years old, and this Jacobs chuck is still working perfectly. The chuck on the Makita is garbage. You have to tighten all 3 blocks, and then if you use it for hammer drilling, it won't work. It's not a hammer drill anymore. It's only a drill. If you use it for hammer drilling, the chuck on the new Makita, 1.5 years old or less, just vibrates free. This chuck is 36 years old. You put it on once. Although this is not a hammer drill, I do have a hammer drill, Milwaukee, that the chuck does not unlock. So, this is the cost of living in the Philippines, and you need to be a special kind of genius to work here in the Philippines with what you buy here. So my suggestion to you is to buy it in America or whatever country you're from, or bring your tools with you, because if you plan on doing work here, you are not going to be able to buy quality tools here in the Philippines. You can't buy for instance, a Honda pressure washer. That's not possible. And it is possible, but you have to go to Alibaba and pay 54,000 pesos plus shipping. So it's about 60,000 pesos for a pressure washer, and this is 10,000 pesos. With their shipping and import fees, it could be higher than 60,000 pesos, and that's the machine I had in America that I threw out because I never thought I would need it again. After that, I bought in 1988. That machine I bought in 1988, and it lasted until I moved to the Philippines, and I had no place to store it, and I just threw it out. It had a few, the chassis was a little bent because it needed welding and blah, 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 but the machine itself, the pump and the Honda motor ran like a clock, one pull. This thing has to be warmed up for 90 seconds at full throttle. So there you go. There you have it. Let me see. Very nice. Very nice. That's perfect. That's all. All right, so Daisy and I are going to say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye.
I'm being Permy from Michael Fazio and
Daisy May
in the Philippines, baby.